The manga Kaguya Sama Love is War has just ended. And I cannot express how good of a manga this has been, how well of a journey this series has been. It truly feels like I was watching a high school experience in a true love, like a love story unlike the others unfold. Not only did the characters age, not only did they make actual progression in their relationships, not only did the characters learn from their mistakes and fix past ones or try to overcome them and not be able to fix everything, it still left up in the air that certain stories were meant for the future. And yet, while we wouldn't get these stories written by the creator, we could definitely see and imagine, and it left open those holes. And honestly, I'm glad at how it ended. With everybody graduating high school. Well, Chika, Kaguya, and Shirogane, because they were a year higher than Ishikami and Mino. Uh, and it's great. Honestly, I, in the depths of my heart, I cannot speak upon how fun of a series it's been. Watching Kaguya and Shirogane battle to see who can confess to each other, and to see who would make the first move in certain aspects of the relationship, and how the manga has ended saying who's going to propose to each other first. And if you read Oshino no Kyo, you know they get married. And even better, we know they're born somewhere in the late 90s. We know this for a fact because it just certain subtext from different series, Discord we casually mentioned. I feel Kaguya Sama Love is War has done something that not many rom coms has done, which is character progression, building up story elements, having lines, and while not having everything being nice and tidy and pretty, really just summarizing that this is life and you get what you come out of it. In the final panel of just everybody running off to go get some food while their graduation almost made me tear up. I know they're going to get married. I know they're going to have a happy life in college together. And probably not too long after college, they probably shack up and like get married and stuff. Like not too far off from their current age too. They probably get married like 4 to 5 years down the line. Like, oh my god, Kaguya pursuing photography, Shirogane wanting to be the most genius person of them all, like so big brain. We know Miko Ino and Shirogane are gonna start dating simply because they basically did a whole Miko Ino wants to be confessed to little haha or Shirogane, and it's really funny because it's like haha gender norms, and they're like not haha gender norm, but it goes like Miko literally goes, well, gender norms, I should be able to confess to him on the same level he's able to confess to me, because like, you know, oh, you should confess to the girl, and she's like, no, gender norms are outdated. It would be nice though. It would be nice. I'm just saying, like, they really progressed the story of the characters and showed a lot of negative traits, positive traits. I really love everything that this manga has. Like, I gotta say, Kaguya Sama Love is War has done nothing more than provide me something to read every time the chapter came out. And now that it's ended on chapter 281, it made me a real fan of the series. And I can honestly say with my deepest heart, I love it. Shirogane and Kaguya were meant for each other. It sucks because in the official doujin, the spinoff, Shirogane and AI got together, and you get to see that be a really cool romance. And so other couples are like basically explored. But it really shows you that those two were meant for each other. They challenge each other to go to the next stage. They push each other and they really support each other. Shirogane was willing to tumble down an entire business to make his woman, well, not make his woman, make her free from her shackles. It's beautiful, honestly. And while it's a little lackluster in certain areas, and I believe season 3 is the perfect area for the anime to end, I 100% say season 3, the perfect ending to the anime. because it shows them finally getting together, finally becoming a couple, finally having that progression. And if they were to ever make more seasons, they could. They have so much reference material to work with. They have so many things to do. And they have basically like 3 whole episodes. And while they say, and we can finally now have a final win-lose tie counter. We can finally have that. And I believe Shirogane has the most wins and the most losses. So, there's nothing better saying than Shirogane is best boy, because he really strives to be the best. Ishigami being one of the most realistic characters. Miko Ino being the most degenerate. Chika being a sense of chaotic energy. And Kaguya really just showing that even if you're born with potential, or you're born to prove that you're supposed to be perfect, doesn't mean you have to stay on the light or the track of being perfect. You can make your own path, be your own person, and truly pursue your own interest. Remember, Kaguya Sama Love is War. Honestly, 10 out of 10. My favorite manga I've read in a little bit. My favorite romance manga. My rom-com seinen for adult males. Because it really does vibe off the kind of... It is a little bit more written, kinda, I guess, for the male audience. But it does have some thing for the female audience as well, I would say. Like, really pursuing this. It even touches on, like, hard topics and stuff. Such as teenage pregnancies. If you don't prepare for that, it prefers for some people experiencing with their first time. It experiences some people just not having ready for a relationship or not doing relationship. It shows that if you're not willing to move on from a partner, that could be more devastating to your health. Whether or not you should benefit towards your partner's relationship or your relationship. It gets on heavy topics such as dealing with past traumas, moving on, moving to new friend groups, experiencing new interests. It's such a well-rounded manga, and while I really wish we could have had a few more chapters delving into a few things, honestly, I'm glad. We kind of got to see everyone's little ending, and we know they're going to have their own stories continue, but we don't need to follow them anymore because they all have their lives to live, and it doesn't matter if it's documented because we know they're living their life. And it's proven. And I gotta say, Kaguya Sama Love is War will never... I will read whatever this manga artist puts out. Like anything else he puts out. And I'm reading Ocean no Kyo, and it's fucking fantastic. You can really see his like style and his characterisms. Like I really never thought that seeing some characters who are absolute dumbasses, and yes, there's a little bit of stupid tropes, I can understand that people wouldn't like, but this is on top of a fridge. But I really fully believe that Kaguya Sama Love is War is an amazing manga. I cannot state it enough. From the stories, the characters, the arcs, the quote-unquote villains, Shirogane's dad, Kaguya's dad, like, the family issues, the arcs that they had in it, everything leading up to who confessing to who did what they did in the relationship afterwards, how did they deal with Shirogane moving to America, everything, every little piece of it was, like, pretty much perfection. You couldn't have handed me a better dish on a platter if you wanted to. I really want more from my rom-coms. And with this, I got more from my rom-coms. I got progression. I got characters no longer fiddling their foots. I got a story based on 2 people that had 0 experience with romance, pining for each other, literally falling for each other at some moment, and working towards to make the other one seemingly confess. And when they both finally met on equal grounds, that was the only time they can confess to each other. When they fully felt like they were equal. And that's what the whole story's kind of been about. It was the story of Shirogane rising to the ranks, proving himself worthy of the Shiro, of the Shinomiya name through the Shirogane perseverance. It was this, and it was him climbing, and it was her saying that she's always been taught not to accept anything less than what's better than for her, but she was willing to show her full self. She's been shut in for years, and it's such a great story. I want to see character in-depth analysis, dissection. This is me ranting for 10 minutes about Kaguya Sama Love is War. And sure, I said some stupid shit, but it really was really good. Like, oh my god. I have never read a really good rom-com like this, and I really need another one now, because now that this is over, I don't know what I'm gonna read, and this hits me a little. It makes me feel like I'm gonna cry tears of joy, because it's not sad, but it's happy that I made the journey. And sure, it's a little slow, but once it picks up, it really picks up, and it shows you why these games were made in place. It brings you the reasoning in, because it was showing you character expectations. That's all you need to know. This is Reviews Lloyd, I guess, signing out. But hey, read Kaguya Sama.